Blood was still trickling from the corner of my lip when the officer tightened the cuffs around my wrist. I looked up at him, dazed but still holding on. "Please," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "I'm just picking up groceries." But the only thing that stopped him wasn't mercy, it was the sound. That deep, unmistakable rumble of engines in the distance, growing louder, closer, heavier. Not sirens, military engines. And from the way his face went pale, he knew exactly who was coming. Colonel Marcus Wilson had arrived. But let me back up a second. It started like any other Saturday. I threw on my Howard University sweatshirt, the old one with the fading letters, grabbed my keys, and headed to Greenleaf Market in Oak Ridge Hills, this neat little suburb outside Nashville where my husband and I had just bought a house. Oak Ridge was quiet, rich, overwhelmingly white, the kind of place with Range Rovers in every driveway and a neighborhood newsletter that cared a little too much about hedge height and mailbox color. We were one of the few black families there. And trust me, we felt it. I am Dr. Maya Wilson, neurosurgeon, wife, mother, former straight-A student, and apparently still a suspect. See, that's the thing about being black in spaces not designed for you. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have, how many lives you've saved, how many board meetings you've sat through, someone's always ready to assume the worst. I was in the produce aisle, comparing organic kale and heirloom tomatoes, when I noticed the security guy. White, mid-40s, buzz cut, wearing sunglasses inside. And his eyes? Locked on me. Not glancing, not discreet, I mean staring. Like I was about to snatch a bottle of balsamic vinegar and sprint. I sighed and kept moving. I had patience to operate on that evening. I didn't have time for this. But then I saw her platinum blonde, tennis skirt, $1,000 purse whispering to the manager while pointing directly at me. I read her lips like a textbook. My purse. My medication. And I knew. I just knew. Brad, the manager, comes marching up like he's a damn sheriff. "Ma'am, I need you to come with me." I looked at him calm but firm. "Is there a problem?" Then here, she comes the woman. I'd later learn her name was Karen Whitfield, stepping up with the confidence of someone used to being believed. She took medication from my purse while I wasn't looking, she says. I froze. This woman was really standing there accusing me, a neurosurgeon, of stealing pills in broad daylight. I kept my voice level. "Ma'am, I didn't touch your purse. I don't need to steal anything. I'm a doctor." Brad didn't blink. "We've called the police." I pulled out my phone. "I'm calling my husband." Brad snapped. "Keep your hands where I can see them." People started pretending they weren't listening, suddenly fascinated by fruit labels. Nobody said a word. Nobody defended me. Then they showed up 2 officers. White. One short and stocky, the other tall and silent. Hands resting on holsters like they were waiting for a shootout in the cereal aisle. "What's going on here?" Officer Simmons asked, but only looked at Brad and Karen. Karen spun her little tail again, this time adding flair. Now, I'd not only taken the pills, I'd hidden them in my pocket. Simmons turned to me with suspicion already in his eyes. "Ma'am, I need to see some ID." I nodded, careful, slow. "I am Dr. Maya Wilson. I live just 3 blocks from here." Hanson cut in. "Just the ID, ma'am. No speeches." I handed it over. Simmons scanned it. "Says you live in Oak Ridge Hills." "That's convenient," he said, like he was calling BS. "Duh. We moved in last month. My husband's Colonel Marcus Wilson, 101st Airborne." "Yeah," Simmons said. "And I'm the Secretary of Defense." "Turn around." "What?" "You're arresting me." Not following commands is enough reason. Hanson grabbed my wrist and twisted it behind my back. I winced. "Please, these cuffs are too tight. I'm a surgeon. I need my hands." He laughed. "Right. And I'm a rocket scientist." People were filming now. I saw phones up, but no one intervened. Not one person. Then I heard at the low, rhythmic growl of diesel engines. My heart skipped. That was no delivery truck. It was Marcus. Marcus had noticed I hadn't moved on our shared location tracker. After everything we'd been through, being followed in boutiques, questioned in our own driveway, we started sharing location data, just in case. He walked across the parking lot like a storm, 6 feet 2 inches, chest full of ribbons, posture sharp as steel. Behind him were Captain Rodriguez and Lieutenant Williams. They weren't there for backup. They were witnesses. Marcus stopped inches from Simmons. I'm Colonel Marcus Wilson, United States Army. That's my wife. You're detaining her without cause. I want an explanation. Simmons stammered. Sir, this is a police matter. Please step back. My wife is chief of neurosurgery at Nashville Memorial. She called me. The call was cut off. I need to ensure she's safe. She's under suspicion of theft, Hanson added. Any evidence? Marcus asked. Karen Whitfield tried to slink away. Ma'am, Marcus said without even turning, you're part of this. Please stay. She stopped mid-step. I'm familiar with Tennessee Code, annotated 47 to 103, Marcus said. You've got no warrant. No probable causa. I'm requesting you remove those restraints. Simmons shifted. Sir, you don't dictate police procedure. I'm not dictating. I'm asking you to follow it. By the way, my wife performed the emergency surgery that saved Chief Donovan's daughter last year. Rodriguez stepped in. Colonel, should I call the chief? Simmons froze. Hanson pulled out the key. Maybe there's been a misunderstanding. The cuffs came off. I rubbed my wrists, swallowing the lump in my throat. Brad waddled over. Maybe we could resolve this quietly? Marcus raised a hand. No, this happened in public. We'll resolve it publicly. Karen Whitfield looked ready to bolt again. Ma'am, did you accuse my wife of theft? I thought I saw. Maybe I was mistaken. Yes or no? Marcus asked. Yes, but I might have been wrong. Rodriguez, still filming, looked up. General Phillips has been informed. The crowd grew. Phones were everywhere. I'd like to see the evidence that justified detaining my wife, Marcus said. We hadn't gotten that far yet, Simmons admitted. You cuffed a physician without proof? I touched Marcus's arm. Let's go. I have surgeries today. We'll finish this later, Marcus said. But then, an older black man, I'd later learn his name, was Walter Jenkins, stepped forward, hands shaking, then collapsed. My instincts kicked in. I dropped beside him, checked his pulse. Sir, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Wilson. You're having a cardiac episode. Step away from him, ma'am, Simmons barked, reaching for his weapon. Marcus stepped in front of me. She's saving his life. Stand down, officer. Unless you want to explain why you interfered with emergency care. Chief Donovan arrived just in time to hear that. Officer Simmons, he snapped. Let the doctor work. I started compressions. Williams, time me. Rodriguez, get aspirin. The crowd parted like a sea. Walter blinked up at me. You were being mistreated. I saw. I wanted to help. I was too afraid. I understand. I whispered. Let me help you now. Paramedics arrived. Suspected myocardial infarction. I told them. CPR ongoing. No meds administered yet. They recognized me immediately. Dr. Wilson? You saved him. A few more minutes, and he wouldn't have made it. They loaded Walter into the ambulance. As they did, he grabbed my hand. Thank you. I'm Deacon Jenkins, First Baptist. Should have spoken up for you. Rest now, I told him. We'll talk later. My phone rang. Dr. Wilson? We've got a 16-year-old with an expanding subdural hematoma. On-call surgeons stuck in traffic. I'm on my way. Marcus turned to Chief Donovan. She needs an escort. Now. Chief nodded. Officers Simmons and Hanson will take her. They both flinched, but orders were orders. I got in the cruiser, irony sinking deep. The same men who cuffed me were now clearing my path to save a child's life. At the hospital, staff were ready. Dr. Richardson, our CEO, met me at the door. OR's prepped. Scans ready. Let's go, I said. I didn't look back, but I heard Marcus's words echo in my mind. They need to see we cannot be broken. And I wasn't. Not then. Not now. I walked into surgery, scrubbing in like I always do, because whatever they thought they could take from me that day, they couldn't touch this. My hands, my mind, my purpose. This is who I am. And no one, not even the system, gets to take that away. If this story made you feel something, anger, hope, or even recognition, share your thoughts. Would you have spoken up in that grocery store? Would you have stepped in? Comment below. Justice starts with someone refusing to stay silent.